Hey guys, welcome back to Fallout 76 and welcome back to the channel. My name is eNtaK. Today we're going to be going back over some more update coverage information. Now, if you guys did not see, this is the trailer that they teased for the Wild Appalachia free content DLC update. And this is actually pretty interesting because I didn't connect the two things together when I first saw it, but somebody brought up the fact that I should do a trailer breakdown, and so I wanted to do that. And so this video is going to be a lot of speculation, some thoughts, some theories, and things that I think might be happening with Wild Appalachia. Now, a couple clever people realized that there's a part in this reveal trailer that shows you a couple different things that are worth noticing, specifically having to do with possibly a new weapon, and not only that, but these underground locations that they teased. And so I thought we'd check this out because it is very interesting and a lot of people are speculating about what this is. They have not talked about these underground locations at all in any patch note or information anywhere. They have not talked about this. And so this must be some big, massive thing that they don't want people to know about. Or they have talked about it, but they're clever, and the way they talked about it isn't actually what people are thinking. So, with the underground location area that you're going to see coming up here in a second, some people are speculating that this is a part of the Pioneer Scout missions. And when they say journey to the deepest parts of the forest, that it actually means under the forest. And if you look at the surrounding area in a couple of these images, you can kind of get that impression. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take this trailer, break it down scene by scene, and let's talk about this and speculate different things so that way we can actually maybe figure these things out. Now, I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below, what you think about all these different things and what you think they mean. Now, the first thing is this right here. This is a scene where this guy's getting chased in a goat mask, which you must be able to, it's actually a whole goat costume that you must get with the goat man, the sheer terror quest line. But the thing that's worth noting here is that he's getting chased by a behemoth across the bridge, and there's no behemoth anywhere where this would be. There's only a couple, as far as I know, there's several locations where there is one, and they're not by this bridge. So I'm wondering if this is part of the quest line, or it's in a different area, or perhaps maybe I'm just wrong and there actually is a behemoth in this location. But I'm curious to know your thoughts about what this is, as well as the Goatman outfit, which I think it does have to do with the sheer terror quest line, because you see that later on in the trailer when he is actually approached by the Goatman. Alright, so they've mentioned this, but the new backpacks, they're actually wearable. You can see them. You can increase your inventory size with these new backpacks. That's pretty exciting. I don't know what the amount of inventory space is that it's going to be granting, but it's cool to actually see what that looks like. So curious to know how many slots do you think that this is going to actually grant. Now the next thing is this legendary vendor. He has he looks like a mole miner, and you have to find him. He's somewhere on the map. It looks like a static place unless he's like in a cart or something, and he puts it up for shop and it moves around like the other one does. But I'm assuming that this must be in a specific location, although they do say to go and find him in the patch notes, and so maybe he does actually move around. I don't know. What do you think? Now the next thing that we're going to take a look at is the player vending, and this is really exciting because basically you can put up an item for sale, and then you can put up how many caps you want to sell for, and then people can come and buy that. Now there looks like there's a terminal and maybe another terminal or a vending machine like thing that's there, as well as like storage lockers. And so I'm hoping that this is going to work how everybody kind of assumes it's going to. You can put up for trade, you can project it on the map, people know where your base is, and they can come and they can try to purchase your items or something like that. And so I'm really curious to see how this is going to change the game, because the economy has been relatively fixed in terms of like duping and things like that, which we'll see if there's any game breaking bugs from the update. But having the ability to actually have like a player-driven economy where people can sell weapons and things like that. Like basically the people who spend the most time in the game are going to be filthy rich. And it'll be interesting to see like what types of things you can get and what types of things people have up for sale, and like just in general how it works overall, and if it's going to be something that people are really excited to see. Okay, so the next thing that we'll talk about here is this. Somebody brought this up on Reddit, and they said, is this a new weapon? And then some people were speculating that it's not a new weapon. It's actually, they're betting it's an atomic shop skin for the Deathclaw Gauntlet. But I want to believe it's a new one. What do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be a new weapon, or is this a skin for something that's already in the game? I'm hoping it's a new weapon. Also, is that the skull of the Sheepsquatch, or is it something else? Maybe somebody can identify what it is. But we saw the Sheepsquatch in the trailer coming up in a bit, and it looks like it has like a longer bottom jaw and bigger teeth, so I don't know if that's what it is. Might be, might not be. Speculate, please. You know, after kind of looking at it, it looks like it could be the Sheepsquatch skull. What do you think, guys? I mean, there's a good chance it could be this, although it does kind of look more like a boar or something like that. I don't know. I'm very curious to know what you think. I want to believe it is, but it looks like the bottom jaw is a lot longer on the Sheepsquatch than what it is in that image, but who knows? Maybe it is. Okay, so the next thing we'll talk about is the survival mode. I've had this all wrong. I did not even think about this. I thought it was just going to be a PvP arena type of thing, but it's literally survival mode. Like, how long can you survive for? This dude's been alive for 14 hours and 15 minutes in this world. And it says stay on top and earn bigger rewards. I don't know how I didn't put these two and two together. Maybe you guys are like, dude, how did you not? You're an idiot. But it's survival, like literally survival. How long can you stay alive? And so we have a look here. We have a look at current life and weekly best. And so there's basically like two different iterations of like these leaderboards, and I don't know what the rewards are. They still don't say what the rewards are going to be, but there's an actual leaderboard statistic that you can see in game that's going to show you who's on top, who to try to take out, who's, you know, the ranking, and then you can like, I mean, it's going to be extremely competitive, and I can't believe I didn't actually put those two and two together, and so that's really cool to see, and I'm really excited for it now. Okay, so the next thing has basically been confirmed now. It is Sheepsquatch, not Goatman. Sheepsquatch, which I think is probably the same thing. And it says, he ate my brother. So this is an actual start of the quest line, and we're going to go on a hunt and look for Sheepsquatch. So this next part is like a map of the different locations around the world of where Sheepsquatch has been sighted and different things, and like lost sheep and different, I mean, it's like a crazy person connected map. I don't think this has anything to do with where it will be at, but I do believe that it might have, this is some lore in here, like this is, you know, some lore at play in this map, but I don't think that it shows the location anywhere on this map. That's my thought, at least. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it actually does kind of show where it's going to be, or do you think, you know, like, what are your thoughts about it? Okay, so the next part is like the guy walking around in the Squatch outfit, and he actually encounters Sheepsquatch. And so I'm assuming that at some point you actually have to get this costume in the quest line and then go out and try to coax him to come out. And then obviously it's in the middle of the woods, it's dark, it's like nighttime, he's massive, he's like a massive beast, and it looks absolutely terrifying. And so I'm really curious, this is like one of the things that I'm most excited for. It's weird, but this is like one of the quests that I'm most excited for, and I'm curious to hear like are you guys as excited as I am, or like what are you most excited for coming up in Wild Appalachia, and then also in the updates to come. Okay, so the next thing we'll talk about is the Fastnet Parade. We'll just skip over the brewing because it's already out, obviously. But the Fastnet Parade, it actually is pretty interesting. So there's like robots that are coming, and then for whatever reason, there's a giant mega sloth that comes after you, and he looks like he can run faster than the other ones. And then here is a picture of it dead and the people around it, and the masks that you can get. This is a repeatable quest, so you can do this multiple times in order to try to get these different masks. Now, I'm curious to know which one of these ones are your favorite, but this isn't all the masks that are available, because we've actually seen images of like a blue one and a couple other ones, and so there's a bunch of masks that you can get. And actually the owl one is like extremely popular. People like Googling it. It has like bigger search results. It's interesting. There's like a saw one. I don't know what these other ones are, a jester one, but I'm curious to know which of the masks that you've seen so far are your favorite. And I wonder how easy this quest's going to be. If it's going to be something pretty simple, I would have to imagine it is, if it's repeatable, but like a decent length, maybe like 15 minutes in length or something like that. But like maybe it's like an event type of thing and not really technically a quest. So I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on that, and as well, which mask are you most excited for? Okay, so now this is the part that I've been waiting to talk about. Descend into new underground locations. Now, the theory is that people think this is part of the Pioneer Scout mission in Wild Appalachia, and some people are like, these are the vaults that are opening up. No, it's not, because the vaults aren't in this update. This is an entirely different thing that they have not talked about, or have they? And they like cleverly mentioned it with the Pioneer Scout thing, like just go into the deepest part of the forest, and maybe by deepest they mean actually underground deepest. And it kind of makes sense because as you look around in the images in this these parts of the trailer, you'll see lots of trees, you'll see roots growing down around the edges, you'll see tunnels and things like that, and it all makes sense that like maybe it's an underground location, maybe it's the part of the far north west of the map where there is like that broken down tram system. I don't know where this is going to be, but it's very interesting to think about that, because and like the possible location could be anywhere in the forest. Okay, so the next part is this tunnel. Now, I don't think that it's just limited to the forest locations. I actually think there's going to be underground locations all over the place. This looks like it's a spot by where like Dire Chemical is or something like that, some kind of rugged industrial location, because there's piping in the background, piping above. There's no tree roots in this. It's totally different than the next couple images in the first one you see. There's also like an Elvis, like a Evel Knievel outfit. It looks like there's an Aquaman outfit. I mean, this looks like a totally different location, and I'm curious to know, do you guys think that this is actually a different location? Actually, there's blood on the ground, so it might not be Dire Chemical. But the point is, unless there's scores, the point is that I don't think it's in the forest. I actually think this is somewhere else in the world. Okay, so the next part is I think, a part in the forest. And as you can see, there's roots growing down. I think this is a Pioneer Scout location. I thought at first maybe this was a vault because it kind of looks like a vault. But as you kind of look around in these clips, it doesn't actually seem like a vault. When you look at it, it actually looks like some kind of secret underground area that somebody, like a society or something like that, because there's different steps than what you see in the vault. It's just different looking. And so I wonder what you guys think of where this location is, and if you think it's a vault location or more of an industrial location, or what. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this next part here. I'm going to pause it here, because at first I thought this is like part of the new vaults that are opening, but I forgot that they're not in this update. You know, a lot of people forgot that. It's not in this update. So this is not one of those boss battles like I referenced in the first one. This is something totally different, and there's a Mirelurk Queen or whatever down here. And so whatever this area is that they're showing here, I don't know if it's a vault. It could be a vault. Maybe it's a different vault than what they mentioned. Or it could be like an industrial location, or like a place like, like the food processing plant. It's in the forest area, like maybe it's like a part, like an underground location there or something like that. I don't know where it is, but the point is that I think this is actually part of the Pioneer Scout mission. I'm inclined to believe that, because of the deepest parts of the forest not actually being a new location like I originally thought, but underground, under the forest area. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts on where you think this is. I know it's a lot of speculation, but am I right? You guys think I'm right? Anyway, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.